Hello and good morning everyone. So for the GUI project, our group came up with designing a Coulomb's law calculator, and the result will be displayed on a specific graph. So before we start, we should understand what is Coulomb's law. By definition, Coulomb's law is a law stating that like charges repel and opposite charges attract, with a force proportional to the product of the charges and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them, which means basically this is the formula for Coulomb's law. K is Coulomb's constant, which has the value of 9 times 10 to the power of 9. Q1 is point charge 1, Q2 is point charge 2, and R is the distance between the two charges. So now let's look at the design of the calculator. So from what we have here, the y-axis is force and the x-axis is 1 over r squared, and here we got the Q1, Q2 and r, and the constant is already fixed. So before we start demonstrating, let's try and reset everything to 0. As you can see, there is no graph since everything is already put at 0. And now let's try to demonstrate and put Q1 at 10, Q2 at 10, and R also at 10. As you can see, the graph here shows that when the force is at 2 Newton, the x-axis is somewhere around 0.002 and at somewhere around 0.004 in between. Now let's try to remain the value of Q1 and Q2, but increase the value of the distance R to 30. Now, as we can see, when the force is 2, the x-axis lies in between 0.2 and 0.4, which means the graph gets even steeper. Now, let's increase the distance to 50. And now, when the force is 2, the x-axis lies somewhere in between 2 and 2.5, and the graph gets even steeper this time. So to conclude, if the charges remain the same and we increase the distance between the charges, the force will decrease, and in this case the graph will be steeper since the x-axis is 1 over r squared and not r.